everyone, it's Jessica, and today I have an absolutely humongous, probably the biggest one I've done on my channel, high-end haul. Now, most of this stuff I bought. However, there were a few things, and I'll throw those things in at the end, that were sent to me from companies or sent to me for free from different, like from Influencer, which anyone can join, but I'll put those at the end, so if you're totally not interested in that, you know, that's fine, whatever. Those things that I will show at the end, none of this is sponsored. I'm not getting paid for any of this. Things that are sent to me for free are basically for PR purposes. And what I mean by that is that companies can send them to me, and I tell them that, you know, feel free to send them to me, but I'm not guaranteeing that I'll show them on my channel, review them, anything. So there's no strings attached. I can do whatever I want with them, show them or not. So I'm choosing to share them with you guys. Let's go ahead and get into the haul. So the most recent thing that I've bought, and this was very expensive. It was a splurgy item, but I was like, you know what? I'm like 2 months into the school year. I just feel like splurging on a luxury item, and this was brand new out. It is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit. And this is this 6-shade palette where it's got 3 highlighting shades and 3 kind of blushy bronzy shades. These are their ambient powders, and those are basically kind of like these glowy light infused powders, and some of them are more light, so they'd be highlighting shades, some are bronzy, and some are more of a pink or a rosy tone, which would be more of a blush shade. I'm wearing some of these today. I'm actually wearing this kind of pinkish tone right here, which is called Luminous Flush, and it's one of their ambient lighting blushes, and it's just this really pretty pinkish tone blush. You can actually be pretty heavy-handed with it, so I had to blend it out a few times. But it's so beautiful. And then I'm wearing this lighter kind of white shade, which is called Diffused Light. I'm wearing that kind of right above on my upper cheekbone. I also threw on a little bit of the Dim Light, which I love. That's in the original palette. Now, I will do a separate review on this. These are really small pans. I know a lot of people have asked about that. For $80, these are really small pans. However, if you don't own anything yet from them and you knew you wanted to try a lot of different things, this is ideal. But like I said, I'll do a video on that. But it's a beautiful palette. It is a lot of money, so just keep that in mind. If you already know that there's like one shade that you really just want, I would say just buy the single of that. It's cheaper, it's still expensive, but it's cheaper than this. You get a lot more. And if you know there's that one shade you're gonna use, then I would say just do that. But it is beautiful. I'm excited that I have it, but I don't think it is for everyone. Speaking of Hourglass, this one I bought with my own money. This one Hourglass just happened to send to me in the mail, and you need to know I was like jumping up and down seeing a package from Hourglass in the mail. I was like, what? How in the world? I was so excited. But these are brow products from them, and I used it today. I have been a total snob. I'll be the first to admit it. A total snob with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's like $20, which I think is expensive for a brow pencil. You guys know I'm typically using drugstore. But I do like high-end, and I do have high-end products. But they sent me their Hourglass brow sculpting pencils. They sent me Ash, and they sent me Soft Brunette. I'm wearing Soft Brunette today. Here's why I love this. The actual pencil in it is kind of waxier, which that's what I kind of liked about the Anastasia one too, but the Anastasia one is a really tiny pencil. This one is kind of it reminds me of the Rimmel lip liners that I love, where it's kind of angled and it's a lot thicker, almost like a triangle shape. It is triangularly shaped, but it makes it really easy to just go shoom, 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 and the whole thing is done. Whereas with the Anastasia one, I feel like I was constantly like filling in, and then I'd brush it through and be like, oh no, there's this big gap, fill that in, and it takes a while. Whereas this, I can do really broad strokes, and it just brushes through the whole thing, and it's done. And it has totally, I've had this, really I've been using it all week. These have completely, like my entire routine in the morning is so much quicker because I feel like my brows always take way too long from what they are. This has made it so much faster, so I'm very thankful. Soft Brunette works really well. Ash and Soft Brunette are really close for me. I could probably use them interchangeably, but I really like both of them. And I should probably mention that the other side has a really nice fluffy spoolie, which makes it really easy to brush through your brows and even it out. The next things that I purchased were their Bare Minerals products, but I bought them on Vitacost. Now, Vitacost is one of my favorites because we'll order like olive oil from there, maple syrup, like a lot of organic or at least more pure things on there are so much cheaper than when I buy them at like Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. So we'll just place big orders on there every other month. So while we were placing our order for some spices and some other things, I saw that Bare Minerals was on there and I was like, oh my gosh. So I went ahead and placed an order because there was a lot that I was wanting to try, because I've tried some Bare Minerals things. Like I really like their Well Rested mineral concealer. It's amazing at brightening the under eye. So I wanted to try some more. So I got a couple of their blushes. I got this is their Ready blush. Their Ready line are products that are, they're not loose, they're like pressed. So this is their blush in the shade The One. And it's just this really nice, light, peachy pink color. I think it's perfect for every day. It never, even if you use a heavy hand, it doesn't look like too much. So I really have liked this so far. I've only worn it like once or twice. And then this one I've worn a little bit more. This is called the Natural High. It makes me think of NARS blush and Orgasm. It's again kind of a peachy pink, but it's a lot more punchy. And I love using that word, punchy. But it does have a lot more of that like kind of golden glitter to it, which I think is so pretty. You don't need a highlighter with it, which is nice. It's kind of a one-step blush, if you will. I'm really impressed with the wear time of these. For both of them, I put them on in the morning, you know, and by the end of the day, they were still on and they looked exactly like they did when I put them on. So I think that is a big deal. And when you're paying more for a blush, they better last all day, because if they are not lasting all day and you spent over $20 for it, then why did you spend that money? Because it didn't last. So these were worth the price tag when it comes to wear time. Now, before I get deeper into the Bare Minerals, one other thing I got on Vitacost that I felt like mentioning, because I love this brand. This brand is called Everyday Minerals, and I feel like I never hear about them. There are a few channels I follow that are Vitacost obsessed like I am, and they like this stuff too. This is their cheek product. This is their blush in Tea Rose. This is a loose powder. I have their blush in, I gotta share it because I love it. This is why I bought this second one. Their blush in Primrose, which is this beautiful, like it's kind of a warmer light pink. This one is a cooler pink, and it's in the shade Tea Rose. I think I already said that. But it's just this really pretty blush that, like I said, it is cool toned, but it lasts all day. These might be the longest lasting blushes, these mineral blushes I've ever worn. They are so soft on the skin and they just look perfect. Like, it doesn't matter if you screw up where you placed it. Somehow they always look perfect and they last all day. And they're not shimmery, but they have this look to them that makes it just look like natural. And maybe that's because they're these mineral loose blushes, but something about them is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I can't recommend them highly enough. So I will link both of these shades below because I love them. But back to Bare Minerals. So I also got an eyeshadow quad, which I have to admit I'm not that impressed with. It's the quad in the Happy Place. Now, these are colors they're totally up my alley. There's like a medium brown and like a cream, and then there's like this really pretty kind of coppery orange, and then this like aubergine kind of color, like an eggplant color. Did I say that word right? I don't know. They're beautiful. They swatch really beautifully. I feel like they didn't blend as well as I'd hoped. So when I put them on, I try and blend them together and it would just look like a stripe. I wore this one today in my crease just to kind of get an idea and make sure I wasn't crazy, but it just feels kind of splotchy. I ended up using like a Too Faced Natural Eyes palette instead, like in addition to it, but I just wasn't that impressed. I had another Bare Minerals palette. I recently decluttered it for the same reasons, but I was like, maybe it was just that one, so I got this one. Still not impressed. I might return it. I don't know. I might pass it on to my sister. I might try it a couple more times, but wasn't that impressed. You guys, this video is going to be so long. I'm looking at what I still have to do, so if you're like, ew, this sucks, just click out. But if you're all about it, then I got this lip gloss. It's their Marvelous Moxie. I have been very impressed with their lip products. Very impressed. This one is in the shade Smooth Talker, and it is a very shimmery color, but it's a nice like light pink, but it's got a little bit more depth to it so it doesn't look like Barbie pink. I love this, and these feel very kind of minty on the lips. I'm on the verge of tingly, but if you don't mind that, then you'll love it. I love tingly lips. It makes me feel like, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. So, but this color, this light pink color is so beautiful, and if you like shimmer, it really does have a peach shimmer to it. I think it's beautiful. I really, really like this. Now, I did get two Bare Minerals lipstick. I had one lipstick in Be Free, and I think I got it like with Ipsy points a long time ago, and it's a really nude color. I'll kind of swatch it here. Well, it's not that nude, but yes it is. My lips are really, really pigmented, so this color on me like washes them out, which I know when you look at it, you're like, how does that? But it really did. But I loved the formula, and I thought the packaging was really cool because you kind of pop it out, and it's, I don't know, there's something about it I really like. This is in the shade Raise the Bar. This is a very pearly or lustrous color, and it is deeper. I think it's gonna be so beautiful in the fall. I will say, I had looked up swatches of these, and I don't know, it didn't quite look the same online. I mean, it never does, but we're gonna see, because this is not typically a color I would go for, so I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna see. This is me trying things out. This one, however, I have worn this like almost every day this week. It's called Speak Your Mind, and it's kind of a cream color. This is this perfect wearable pink that it's not so mauvey and 90s that you can't really wear it and feel normal. But it's not so light that you feel like Barbie. So it's the perfect, I love it so much. And again, it's in the shade Speak Your Mind. Anyway, I absolutely adore it. I think it is so beautiful. So these are the 3 shades I have in these Marvelous Moxie lipsticks, and I think they're all so pretty. Now the last Bare Minerals thing I got was their Bare Skin Foundation. This is their it's called their Pure Brightening Serum Foundation, SPF of 20. I got it in Bare Ivory just because it looked a little more yellow. I'm not wearing this today. I've got these breakouts here, and I'm wondering if it was from this, because this is the only thing I've kind of switched up on my face other than like blush and stuff, but I wouldn't have had blush down here, and it's not hormonal. So I don't know. I've only tried it twice, and that's when I started breaking out, so I have to assume I'm gonna wait till this clears up a little bit, and I'm gonna try it again. Take one for the team, because if this is breaking me out, it's gonna break me out again. But it's interesting. You do, you kind of, you shake it up, and it is like more like, it's liquidy like a serum. So it had decent coverage. I would call it like medium coverage. I had to put on more than 1 layer. And it was nice, but I really have not formed a very strong opinion because I had to stop using it. So I'll try it again. We're gonna see if it's this or maybe it is something else. I don't know. But the color was actually pretty nice. Bare Ivory 04 was pretty nice because I do have more of a yellow tone. I'm getting better at determining my skin tone, so. All right, moving forward. Haute Look. I bought 5 Too Faced products from Haute Look, and if you don't know what Haute Look is, I almost don't want to tell you about it because I have spent so much money on that website. Now you say, like, it's a bunch of high-end makeup and like clothes, department store brand clothes and some furniture. I bought a lot of furniture on there as well for our apartment here. But it's like 50% off. So I don't feel as bad spending money on there. But when I'm buying all kinds of stuff, I mean, I might as well be spending as much money. But Too Faced was on there recently, and actually Urban Decay was just on there, and it's like a flash sale, so it'll be on for like 4 days, and then it'll be gone for a while, and then it'll come back on. But Too Faced was on there, and I bought 5 different things. So the first thing I bought was the Too Faced Bronzed and Poreless. I've worn it a bit. I actually got this, I ordered it in July. You get it like weeks later. It does take a while to get there, so as long as you're patient, you'll be fine. But I've worn this a few times, and every time I've worn it, I have not, in fact, I've hated the way it has looked. I've like used it up here, and it like kind of as a sort of contour bronzy shade. I do not like it. So this I might pass on to my sister. She's a little more fair than I am. I think she'll like it better than I will. But again, at least I paid 50% off, so I didn't pay full price, thank goodness. Another thing I got is the Too Faced Radiant Glow Face Powder. These are these little beads, and I see these on, like, people post, you know, those beautiful artsy photos of makeup on Instagram. And I see these all the time because they're these little heart-shaped beads, and I'm always like, oh, it's so cute. But when it was half off, I was like, duh. So you know, you kind of swirl your brush in it, and you get this kind of glowy shade right there. And it really is, it's a beautiful highlight. I haven't used it enough yet. But I do have the, you know, it's kind of a, sorry, I know my drawers are squeaky. When I was in Paris for our honeymoon, I got the Guerlain Meteorites, which are like little, you know, powdery beads. This is a more, this is a lighter shade than this is, but they do sell more of a medium shade. But It really is beautiful. So I was so excited to get this for half off. I also got two of their Soulmates little duos. I got Ross and Rachel, which is kind of a deeper look versus the Carrie and Big. So I've got Carrie and Big over here and Ross and Rachel over here. The Ross and Rachel is more pink, whereas Carrie and Big is like peachy. And you know, I don't know. These are tricky for me to use. I've had these now I've had them for a while. But I wanted to show them to you guys because I feel like I don't know how to use these, because I don't like mixing them together, because I don't want a bronzy blush because of my skin tone. I just don't think it looks flattering. If you do, then you would like these. But so then I'm just using the bronzer, but the bronzers aren't perfect for my skin tone either. And they're like, the Ross and Rachel one is a little shimmery. So I feel like there's no really great way for me to use these. So I've been trying to use them as much as I can, but for me, I've got a lot to choose from, and these are not my first pick, not even second, third, or fourth pick. So I don't know. I don't think I totally regret buying them, but I don't know if these are things that I would ever like bring with me traveling or grab first thing when I'm getting ready in the morning. I'm like forcing myself to use these, so I'm just not impressed. The most exciting thing I think I bought on HauteLook was this Too Faced palette. You guys know Too Faced shadows are like my favorite ever. This is their Romantic Eye palette, and it's in their old packaging. Their new packaging is, let me grab it. I have a couple in their new packaging. Like the Too Faced Natural Eyes is one of my favorite palettes, and it's this kind of metal, and it's just really, you know, there's a mirror and it's simple and it's got that. But their old packaging is more of like cardboard, but it's thick. I mean, it's durable cardboard. It's not gonna, you know, get messed up. But there's no mirror, which, you know, that's fine. It has the shadows in the same shapes where it's got 3 bigger ones and then 6 smaller ones. This is their Romantic Eye palette, and it is so beautiful. And it was so, I don't remember exactly how much, but I want to say it was like $17 or $18, which the L'Oreal palettes, like their new palettes that they have, those were like $20 when I bought them. I didn't get them on sale or anything like that. So, I mean, I paid about the same price for this one, and this one is so much better. And you guys know I love the L'Oreal palette #1, but this is amazing. They've got these beautiful shades. I really like the shade Honeymoon here, which is like this kind of yellowy, greenish, golden shade. And I mean, their shadows are unbelievable. Look at that. So, very excited about this purchase here. Another product I actually bought on the Birchbox website. Every once in a while they'll have like really good deals where like if you buy $25 in benefit products, you can get this free gift or, you know, whatever. Sort of like Sephora does. But I always look on Birchbox as well, and I bought this Benefit Puff Off, and it's supposed to, it's so kitschy. It's got this little iron thing, which is adorable, and the idea is that you're kind of, you know, ironing your eyes. It's supposed to, it's really cooling, and it is, and it's got this kind of pinkish toned gel, but it's not, it doesn't stay that tone. It's more like a lotion, and it really is. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have any coverage at all. But it's supposed to feel good, it's supposed to ease the puffiness under your eyes. This is not gonna do the trick if you have severe bags under your eyes. It was just cute. I mean, I'll probably use it for a while longer, and you know, when there are those mornings where maybe I didn't get a lot of sleep, I've been using it. It feels good, it feels kind of tingly, but in a good way. Again, I kind of like that feel. But I don't think this is a product that you need at all. It's not really doing anything fantastic. So a few things that were sent to me. I know I mentioned already the Hourglass ones, and I said I would mention them at the end, but I was already talking about Hourglass, so I just did it. So give me grief if you want. These YSL ones were sent to me from Influencer, and it wasn't because, I mean, it helps that I'm a YouTuber, but anyone can join that website, and I don't get anything if you join or anything. I'm just gonna link the regular site below. But they, you know, you link your Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and the more influence you have, the more likely you are to get free boxes of, you know, it could be pet stuff, or if you're getting married, they'll have wedding boxes, things like that. So these, I'm, you know, more apt to get beauty things, of course, given that I have a beauty channel. But you take surveys and things like that, you review products, you get more influence points, etc. Well, I got chosen for this YSL box, and like, I think they chose 1,000 or 2,000 people for it. This is ridiculous because these are so expensive. These are their Rouge Pure Couture, two different lipsticks. One is in the shade 09, and I saved the box because the name is on the box but not on the actual lipstick. So this is, number 9 is in Rose Stiletto, and this is like this gorgeous really a deeper rose color, which I think I might have 1 or 2 shades like this in my collection, but these are so creamy, so pigmented. I mean, it's YSL. They're known for their lipsticks. So not only is the packaging beautiful, but the actual formula is amazing. So very excited about this. This one is in the shade 19, which is fuchsia. It's just called fuchsia. And it is what I'm wearing on my lips. In fact, in person, it is a lot brighter than it's coming across on camera, but I'll swatch it as well. It's just this gorgeous, bright pink shade. I love it so much. Now again, this is not something I would wear every day, whereas the rose stiletto one, I would be way more apt to wear out. But I do love them so much. They're so gorgeous. They're so pigmented. The lipsticks of YSL, they do have this very specific YSL scent. I don't know how to describe it. All the lip products I have from them have this scent, but I love it. So that's everything I'm gonna haul today. I like feel exhausted, but I've got so many goodies I'm so excited to try out, perhaps review on my channel. Let me know what you'd like to see demo reviews on. I can link, if you're like, that's way too much high end, I can link some drugstore hauls that I've done recently on my channel. That is really what my channel is rooted in. It almost, when I do high-end hauls, I love them. I mean, it's so exciting, but I feel like I'm like breaking my own code because a drugstore is like my game. That's my love. And there's so much in the drugstore that is just as good as all of this stuff. So definitely, if you're into more drugstore, that's what my channel is all about. So subscribe if you'd like. I'm so glad you watched my whole video. This was a long one, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.